राधा माधवा कुंज विहारी जय राधा माधवा गोपी जना वल्लभा गिरिवरदारी जय गोपी जना यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजन ब्रज यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजन यमुनाती रावणचारी जय राधा माधवा कुंज विहारी जय गोपी जन वल्लभा गिरिवरधारी यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजन यमुना तीरावनचारी जय राधा माधवा कुंज विहारी हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे राम 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 हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे कृष्णा हरे 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 राम राधा वृंदावन चंद्र राधा वृंदावन चंद्र राधा वृंदावन चंद्र श्री राधे जय जगन्नाथ जय बलदेव जय सुभद्रा जय सुदर्शना। निताय गौरंग जय निताय गौरंग, निताय गौरंग जय निताय गौरंग। गोविंदा हरि गोविंदा वेंकटरमण गोविंदा, श्रीनिवास गोविंदा श्री वेंकटेश गोविंदा। जय गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल। कलियुग पावन हरिनाम संकीर्तन की, श्रील प्रभुपाद की, अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की, अनंतराट श्रीमद् भागवतम की गाय गौर प्रेमानंद। ओम अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरोः श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणरघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनासहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिन्निति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे। नमो महावदन्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्यनाम्ने गौरत्विषे नमः। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधो दीनबंधो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये। नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवत्युत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्ठिकी। कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकी नंदनाय च नंदगोपकुमाराय गोविंदाय नमो नमः।
So welcome all of you for the morning program today. See, this book you see, this I just recently brought out this book. It's going to be printed more. By Krishna's grace and the blessing of our Guru Parampara, Acharyas, Prabhupada, we always have been wanting to do something inside the college, because we do it for a small group of boys just outside the college, 10, 20 boys we train. Many years we have been thinking like this. For the first time, the MIT, ADT they call it, Art, Design and Technology, I think, in Loni, and they took lead, and they have started a department way back in 2018. It's called as Holistic Development Department, physical fitness, mental alertness, and then intelligent discrimination, and similarly the body, mind, soul well-being. So they were looking for some material, and when I had proposed the syllabus, they liked it very much, and they said we will, if it comes out well. They said there are many other organizations also providing their books materials. So we will put it through our meeting, and if it works, we will accept yours. So our book got to pass this one. It's called as Wisdom Eye, we call it, and there are 4 courses in this. If you see here, this is course 1 is self-discovery, laying the foundation for success. So there are other courses which will come later, as you see here. Self-discovery. This is the first one. Course 1, 6 sessions are there in this. And then there is course 2, self-mastery and self-leadership and self-excellence. So this Krishna willing will bring it out one by one. But they are taking some 2,900 copies, I think, for students. So they will put it through. They gave me an opportunity recently to launch this book in their foundation day, 10th foundation day. So one of the topics in this book is, very important topic is association, about which I will share with you today. Till every lesson has got something, and to begin with, you will see that it begins like this. So in the 3rd chapter, it'll take some time to cover this, but we will see one important aspect of this lesson on power of good association. It's gradually developed. First chapter is on the soul. Second chapter is on the mind that is covering the soul. And 3rd chapter is on what influences the mind. That's what we are going to discuss today. Because mind assumes the color, black color or red color or yellow color. Color in the sense I'm saying about gunas. Depending on what type of inputs you give. And the input comes from where? Association. Correct, no? That is how this book is developed. Begin with the understanding of soul. Soul is different from the body. Then boys understand, not only the I am soul, a soul is also covered by mind and body. Mind for storing the desires, and body for executing desires. So mind is like a microprocessor, where you write the program in the mind, and then the hands, legs, the genitals, rectum, speech, they all are working senses. Jnanendriyas, karmendriyas, correct, no? Jnanendriyas are giving sensory inputs. They take the input and like this. Jnanendriyas are like this. You see, Shrotam, Chakshus, Parshanam, Rasanam, Granam, Evacha. Adhishtaya Manashchayam Vishyan Upasevate. This is the mind. Mind has got 5 servants. Who are they? They're called Jnanendriyas. Jnanendriyas are the senses which connect to the external world. And mind gathers information through the senses, Jnanendriyas. Shabda, Sparsha, Rasa, Rupa, Gandha. 5 things. Eyes, nose, ears, tongue and skin. So, but then the senses give what information about the world? Both type of information. Positive inputs and also negative inputs also. So if your negative input overrides positive input, then gradually you become a bad guy. If your positive inputs goes beyond negative inputs, then you also start feeling that, I think this negative thing should be driven out. Let me strengthen my positive values. Correct, no? So that is what happens. All of you, in that sense, you are very, very blessed. In this age, you came across devotees, your mentors, and brahmacharis, whose association has positively influenced you. You are saved, huh? And you are protected. Because this is the age in which you form character. You take direction in your life. You want to be, like you see, Dr. Kalam was saying in one of his writings. In his college days, he was also very innocent. Huh? He was a very simple boy like anybody else in the college days. But he said, by God's grace, he says that I got good friends in the college days. So as soon as there is a bell rings and period is off, teacher is not there, boys would hang around to talk. He said, I never talk to boys. I would immediately run to library. Because he had 3, 4 friends, all would go to library, he would also go with them. He said, I could study very well, and later on went on to become a big scientist. And he had one, Dr. Balasubramaniam, who was his role model. And Balasubramaniam was not just a mathematician or a great scientist. He was also a devotee of God. Because of that, he had a spiritual influence also. And he associated with such people, and he would quote many shlokas from Gita, even Dr. Kalam, very fluently. My father used to call Dr. Kalam as Kalam Ayar, he would say Dr. Kalam Ayar, because Ayar in Tamil Nadu, Ayars are Brahmanas who would quote eloquently shlokas. So he also would quote like that. So he became space scientist, became a president of the country, and especially he is known for his noble qualities. One time, Dr. Kalam, he went to this BHU Varanasi, an IT BHU Varanasi. They called him for some function where he was a chief guest. So they had put almost 6 chairs on the stage. The middle chair was like a king's chair, very big one, like this Vyasasan type of thing, big. And then all the other chairs were simple chairs. So as all the dignitaries got up on the stage, so Dr. Kalam went and sat in one of the side chairs. And then somebody told, no, sir, this is not for you. The middle one is for you. And then looked at all the chairs. Middle one was looking different and very majestic. He said, no. That should be kept for the vice chancellor. He said, he is the one who is running the college. I am just a guest coming and going, he said. Then lastly, vice chancellor climbed up the stage and he saw all chairs occupied except the middle one. He told Kalam again, sir, you have to sit there. Sir. Both are pushing each other. You sit there, you sit there. Finally, they removed the chair and they put a simple one. And there was a constant applause for this from the students. Seeing these two big guys, they're so humble dealing with each other. So Kalam attributes this to good association, you see. On the other hand, nowadays people are fighting for kurchi nowadays. So much fight, whether it is parliament or company or any organization, correct or not? Isn't it? So, noble values are cultivated by good association, you see. So that is why this chapter is about choosing friends wisely. Because once you have done this, you have chosen friends wisely, then 3 A's you can remember. Association, activity, attitude. If you have good association, you will be doing good activities. Correct, no? Like you all have come here. You are getting up early in the morning. You are wearing dhoti kurta. You are chanting and dancing. You are doing japa. You are hearing some, character elevating lectures, isn't it? Spiritually awakening lectures you will hear. Then you go to college, do your studies, you come back, and you follow 4 regulative principles. No illicit sex, no meat eating, no intoxication, no gambling. Lead a clean life, pure life. So the activities you do here are all pure activities. Here you get encouragement for doing pure activities. And when you are outside, either in the hostel or in some other place, do you get an encouragement for doing pure activities? There is so much large scale degradation nowadays. So that is why association leads to activities. And activities lead to attitude. Either positive attitude or a negative attitude. Ultimately, it depends on good association or bad association. So, you can see here, see Ravana. You can see that Ravana, Duryodhana, Hiranyakashipu, all these people. Actually, these three fellows symbolize three things. Ravana symbolizes his lust, Duryodhana symbolizes greed, and Hiranyakashipu, anger. Correct now? All these three fellows, I have spoken about this before. Ravana, lust means he wanted to catch somebody's wife. And Duryodhana wanted to loot. And Hiranyakashipu wanted to beat. Correct now? So this catch, loot, and beat are the tendencies of a conditioned soul. Huh? All conditioned souls have these three tendencies in a small or big form. Somebody is driven more by lust. Somebody is driven more by anger and irritability. Somebody is driven more by greed and greedy nature to loot. All the money scams, Harshad Mehta scam, his scam, no? That is coming from greed. All the gang rapes come from lust. Yeah. And all the murder, all those things come from anger. You will see that. All the modern day evils, the root is these three only. And these three are there in a conditioned soul. And they actually, these three things they have to be cleansed by the chanting of the holy name. If we don't clean them, they will become trouble for whom? Both. Society also is in trouble, we are also in trouble. Like Hiranyakashipu, troubling the whole world, ultimately he got destroyed also. Hitler, troubling the whole world, finally he shot himself. So these three impurities, they trouble you and trouble the world. And if you cleanse these three viruses from your mind, then you can benefit the world and benefit yourself. You can be happy and world can be happy. Therefore, these impure tendencies have to be cleansed, isn't it? And how do you cleanse the impure tendencies? By pure association, uplifting association. So actually the uplifting association means that association which is leading to self-transformation, we call it. The transformation of heart. You all saw the Mrugari drama, you have seen that? Huh? So how cruel Mrugari, you see how we became compassionate. Many, many boys after seeing Mrugari, they gave up meat eating after that. They said, now we'll not touch meat after that. So that is called as the transformation of heart. Heart transformation means you were somebody and then you became somebody. He was cruel before, he became compassionate. Correct, no? And here Arjuna is subjected to lamentation in the beginning of the Gita. But after hearing, he had a transformation where he got the courage and confidence to fight. Correct, no? Transformation. So association, Krishna's association helped Arjuna uplift his spirits, isn't it? So, see here the story of, actually there were two parrots. These two parrots, hmm, these two parrots were actually born in the same nest. But one wind blew, one violent wind blew. One man who was passing through the forest, he saw one parrot flew in this, it was taken away by the wind in this direction, and it fell in a place where robbers' den was there. Highway robbers, they were living. And another parrot was thrown away by the wind far away in an area where all the brahmanas and hermitages, devotees were living, like that. And when this traveler used to go through the forest back and forth, after some years when he was coming, uh, he saw that the parrot was living in the robber's den. He was sitting in a tree there. He was telling, hey, take note, there is a traveler. Catch him, beat him, loot him, he was saying. Because he was giving some signal to the robbers. Somebody is passing by, take it. And this traveler had to run away from there. Then when he ran to the area where ashrams were there, and that parrot was speaking very sweetly, he said, oh, sir, please come, please take your seat and drink some water. The saintly persons, they have gone for doing snan, they will come back. You can meet them and all. And he was wondering, Are, you two parrots, you are brothers. How is it that your behavior is so different? How can two brothers behave in a different way? They're born in the same family. I've seen that you were born in the same nest. Then he told a shloka. The parrot spoke. That means he was knowing shlokas also. He was trained by the saintly persons. He said, Gauva Shanena Vakyam Shanoti Aham Charajan Vachanam Munina Nastyasta Dosho Nachamat Gunova Samsargaja Dosha Guna Bhavanti. He said, my other brother, he is living in the midst of dacoits, who eat cow flesh, they drink wine, they smoke cigarette, they speak all dirty things. Catch him, beat him, cut him, kill him, and things like that. Whereas I am living in the midst of the munis, devotees of God. And day in and day out, they are chanting shlokas, they are worshipping God, they are singing songs, They're eating only pure prasad. So because of their association, my speech has become pure, like that he said. So now, in this story which I told you, how can you relate it to your life? Anybody? How is this relevant to your life? So you are in which role in this? Are you in the role of dacoits, or the sages, or the parrots, or the traveler? You are in which role in this? All of you. Huh? Yeah, you are in which role? Parrot role. So yes, you are in the parrot role. So what choice do you have? Now, uh, you are compared to which parrot out of the two parrots in this? Parrot who flew and fell in the area of sages, correct now? So you have, fortunately the destiny has brought you here. Some good you have done in the past, which has brought you to this. That wind of destiny has brought you here, put you in a good place. Of course, this parrot would have again flown from there to Dakar's area also if he wanted, correct now? But he didn't go. He remained with the saintly devotees, and then he was protected, correct now? So therefore, by the association of the devotees, satsanga, you have a chance to flourish in your life. If you associate with the wicked, we become drawn to sinful habits. If you associate with the virtuous, then we are drawn by the noble qualities. Clear, no? Yeah. So let us recite one shloka here. This is how the lesson is prepared. Tell one story and start with shloka immediately. Dhyayato vishayan pumsaha sangasteshu pajayate sangat sanjayate kamaha कामात् क्रोधो विजायते क्रोधात् भवति सम्मोहः सम्मोहात् स्मृतिविभ्रमः स्मृतिभ्रंशात् बुद्धिनाशो बुद्धिनाशात् प्रणश्यति. So Lord Krishna is telling this verse in the Bhagavad Gita. You can see here, while contemplating the objects of the senses, a person develops attachment for them. See, contemplating is not just seeing. See, you may look at some object, like you're going in a car, you look at a cinema poster. You saw it actually fell on, your eyes fell on it. Correct, no? Immediately you have the right to put your shutters down. Correct, no? What are the shutters? Your eyelids. When you put your shutters, then you don't see it anymore. Or you can turn your face away and then read Bhagavatam or something. Correct, no? So then you are not contemplating. It just happened to fall on that, and then you understood it is not a good poster. Something that will agitate your mind. You took your eyes away. But contemplating means, looking at it and thinking about it. That means your sense plus the mind also has come now. Correct, no? When the sense connects to the mind, then they both are involved. And then only it comes. Correct, no? Then you're thinking about what you saw. You saw the poster. After that, the car is going ahead. But car is going ahead, but your mind is stuck there only. Where? The poster only. That is called contemplation. It is munching on it. Like sometimes the devotee have to leave for the train hurriedly. But people say, Prabhuji, you have not taken your prasad. You say, okay, pack and give me, I'll take it. You pack and take it. But then while going, you are eating. And all through the journey, correct? Now, till then. That means you will see that the connection that happens for a momentary connection, that can lead to prolonged contemplation, continued contemplation. And that is where this problem starts, Lord Krishna says. That if you are going to contemplate on anything, your mind is going to develop that quality. If you're going to contemplate on something good, like Akrura is entering Vrindavan. Any of you have heard the chapter? Akrura, when he's entering Vrindavan, he's thinking, oh, I am a Kamsa's minister. Will Krishna accept me or not? When I enter Vrindavan, Krishna and Balram will be milking the cows. Krishna will be dressed in yellow, golden dhoti. Balram will be dressed in blue dhoti. And Krishna will have beautiful peacock feather and his curly locks of hair and eyes like lotus petals with a bluish complexion body. So it's so nice. I always am eager to see him, meet him. Balram will have body like lightning, pure white body. And both brothers are so charming to look at. When I go and bow down to him, will he accept me? Will he consider me as Kamsa's man? Or will he accept me? And Lord knows the heart of everybody. He knows my heart also. My heart is to be his devotee. Like he will lift me up and embrace me, and all my sinful reactions in working in the Sabha of Kamsa will be eradicated. In this way, this is called as Akrur Manorath, you call it. Huh? Rath means chariot. Manorath means mental chariot. Akrur is actually not only going on a physical chariot, he's also going on a mental chariot. So his physical chariot is going towards Vrindavan, and mental chariot has already reached Vrindavan. Huh? He's already thinking that I am entering Vrindavan, meeting Krishna. So in the same manner as Akrura is contemplating on what will happen after he reach Vrindavan, most of the young boys are thinking, what will happen after I meet this girl? Her name is this, she is in this particular class, I'll meet her, I will say this to her, she will say that to me, and in this way we both will connect. I'll propose to her, she will propose to me, and we'll go to the park, we'll go to the movie, and then we will sing some songs together, and then we'll eat nicely. Yeah. Now later on, I'll get a job, I'll get married with her, and we'll go to America, make more money, and by the time you suddenly finds exam has come, you know, he has been living in a dream world. Suddenly, exam has come, and she becomes a topper in the class. Who? That girl. And this fellow fails. And 4 years are already over, and this fellow has 15 papers to pass. And she actually goes to America, and she will marry another boy in America, not you. And this fellow remains here only. And after 4 years, 2 more years he has to spend to complete the BE. And what job will he get? Correct now? So this material manorath is very dangerous. And spiritual manorath is purifying and elevating, like Akrura's manorath. Correct now? So that is why contemplation means not only the sense, it also involves the mind also, thinking with the mind. So all of us, what we should do, kill the thoughts at the stage of thought stage itself, Prabhupada says. As soon as mind is, that's why he says, dhyayato vishayan pumsa, while contemplating on the objects of the senses, as soon as your mind is contemplating, at the contemplation level itself, you have to cut it. If it is going in a material manorath. It's not only about connecting with the girl, even connecting, like for example, some of you may be in third year or fourth year. In each age, you will see there is some contemplation. A child is contemplating on getting a toy. Correct, no? A little grown-up child is contemplating on getting a tricycle. A grown-up boy who has gone beyond 5th or 6th standard is repeatedly nagging the father, Papa, get me a bicycle. Correct, no? He's contemplating on a bicycle. And you come to teenage, you are in a dream world, then you are contemplating on romantic activities. Boy-girl attraction, you're contemplating on that. Once you are married and you have 2 children, now all romance is finished. Now you have to think about paying the bills now. So you're contemplating on money making. Money, 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 money is honey. Now I have to get more money, isn't it? Thinking of that. When you become old man, you are 60 or 70, you're contemplating on having better health. You know, that is why it is said, old people talk about what is your problem, what is my problem in the body. So everybody is contemplating on something other than Krishna. You will see that. Material contemplation. And the material contemplation will ensure that we keep coming again and again in this world, rotating in this world, correct? No? So then what are we supposed to do? In material life, just do your duty. Don't contemplate in material life. Just do whatever your duty is to do. For example, to mother, to father, to brother, to sister, to your education, to your job. Whatever you have to do, just do it. Make sure that you don't fail in your duty. You do it. But even while doing the material duty, cultivate spiritual contemplation. Like here you find our Akrura is working in Kamsa's court. Is it a good place to work? No, no, dangerous place. Because Kamsa is always talking all rubbish. He is telling, I will kill this Vasudev. After that, I'll kill Devaki also. And then he is saying, I will bring Krishna Balaram out of the bush in the bushes of Vrindavan here, and I will arrange a Dhanur Yajna, and I'll arrange a coal-pid, a very big elephant to crush these two boys. And if they escape it, then I will have Chanar, Mushtik, Shala, Toshala, all these powerful bodybuilders. They will finish them in front of me. And then after that, I will be free from any thorn in my way. And then there is one more fellow whom I have to finish, which is my father, who is he's saying Ugrasena. Ugrastenam Staviram, he's saying, he's an old man, he's saying he's an oldie, still sitting like a king. And I will finish him also. And then he's saying, on the other hand, there are my favorable people like Jarasandha. Jarasandha Mama Guru, he says. Jarasandha is favorable to me because he has given his two daughters in marriage to me, Asti and Prapti. So he's thinking about who are my allies, who are my enemies, how I'll crush the enemies. And his friends are all dangerous fellows. And his enemies are all auspicious and virtuous fellows. And all this talk, who has to hear? Akrura. How unfortunate. So, but Akrura does not contemplate on these things. He has to hear these things, but he hears like this and leaves it like this. Unwanted, inauspicious things, if you are forced to hear it in 1 year, and that's what God has given you 2 years. Hear like this and leave it like this. And auspicious things you hear, take it to your heart and contemplate on them. So auspicious and pure things, they are worthy of contemplation. So here is Akrura, when he is leaving Mathura and going to Vrindavan in his chariot. He is getting on into a manorath also. Besides the physical rath. And there he is absorbing his mind, consciousness, and thinking of Krishna and everything. So the more you contemplate on spiritual subject, the more you become purified. Just like there is a fly which brings caterpillar kind of thing, worm. And it puts it in a mud hole. You've seen that? It makes a mud hole, puts a caterpillar inside. And then time to time, this fly comes and stings it and goes back. So the caterpillar is always afraid. When is the fly going to come? Whenever the fly comes and stings it, it's afraid. It's going to come. But then the butterfly goes away. But remembering continuously of that butterfly, eventually what happens? This caterpillar, when it comes out of the pupa we call it? Pupa, no? Yeah. So when it comes out of that, it also develops wings because of constantly thinking of that butterfly. Similarly, if you constantly think of Krishna, then you will also develop a Sachidananda body. So you will develop qualities similar to Krishna, which means we cannot become Krishna because we are jivas, we are tiny. But we can develop a body similar to Krishna, which is what body? Sachidananda body. And qualities also you can develop similar to Krishna, but in small proportion. Correct, no? Krishna is well-wisher of all jivas. You can also become well-wisher of all jivas. Like we say, Titikshava, Karunika, Surda Sarvadehinam. Correct, no? So you will see also those people who are worshipping Lord Krishna, praying to him, remembering him, contemplating him, gradually their body, mind, words, everything will become aligned with the Lord. You become more and more purified. And therefore, those who are devotees of God, those worshipping God, they will have a certain type of appearance. On the other hand, you will see those who are doing Jadu Thona and all, they will look different. Any of you have seen, they look like ghosts only, no? You've seen that? That face only very dangerous fellows, isn't it? People are even afraid of them, to see them also. Because whatever your mind is engaging in, that is eventually going to produce your thought, word, deed, action, habits, character, finally, culture. Everything will come from that. That's why the thought, Krishna says here. When you think about this, then you focus while contemplating on the objects of the senses, then you develop attachment for them. From attachment, lust develops. From lust, anger arises. Because when lust is not fulfilled, anger arises. Then complete delusion and then bewilderment of memory. Finally, intelligence is lost. One falls down into this world like activities like what Ravana did or Ajamila did and all those things. He's saying. So then how does association influence an individual? Please, one of you read it. Take the mic with you. Yeah.
From first,
Association is one.
association is one of the most important forces shaping an individual.
Association is one of the
Most powerful forces.
Yes.
And shaping an individual's thoughts, character, and destiny. The people we spend time with influence our mindset, habits, and overall success in the life. The Bhagavad Gita 2.6263 explains how association leads to desire and eventually shapes one's action and
That we explained before. Huh? And then this verse illustrates.
the points.
Yeah, no, this verse illustrates.
This verse illustrates that we repeatedly expose ourselves to the good or bad eventually become part of our thought process, leading to the actions and shaping our personality.
Yeah, from thought comes words. Huh? Wherever your mind is thinking, whatever it's thinking, it's going to come from the mouth. Eventually, you'll speak. Huh? And like for example, before coming to Krishna consciousness, some of the students were speaking Gali and all bad words. But after coming to the center, can they continue speaking? No. Now you have to stop it because you are living in a different type of association, pure association. Correct? No. Similarly, therefore, you will see the thought, word, deed. They are all connected to each other. Okay. Now, how association affects us? Let us talk about the positive influence. Read it. Yeah, positive influence of good association. Yeah. Mic is on.
Inspires us to be responsible, disciplined, and virtuous. Example, Dhruva's association with Narada.
Yeah. So you agree? After meeting Narada and taking guidance, Dhruva became disciplined. Like he went to forest, he did yama and yama, do's and don'ts he followed, pranayam, pratyahara. Very discipline means pakka. He was living in Madhuvan, the bank of Yamuna, and he could attain perfection. Very disciplined life, virtuous life, pure life. And he took responsibility. Earlier, without taking any responsibility, he was just crying. After meeting Narada, he became very responsible. And he attained perfection also. Then,
Encourages higher thinking, knowledge, and self-improvement. Example, Sugriva association with Hanuman.
yeah, Sugriva, because he was beaten by his brother very badly, later on he came to Rishimukha Parvat. He was hiding there. So he was always afraid. One day he saw Ram Lakshman, coming, Ram Lakshman coming at a distance, Ajanubahu, tall and hefty, carrying bows and arrows. He got frightened. He would hide in the mountains, see them, and hide again. Repeatedly hiding like that. Then he told Hanuman, Hanuman, I am getting scared looking at these people. I think my brother Vali, might have sent these guys so that because he can't come and beat me, he's going to beat me through these fellows. Hanuman said, why are you assuming things? See, you don't have to punish yourself by imagination. First of all, let us figure out who these people are. I am there. I will act as your representative. I'll go and find out. So Hanuman went and found out that they are not enemies. They actually can become allies of Sugriva, correct? No? Then he connected Sugriva and Ram Lakshman. In this way, for Sugriva, Hanuman's association was very, very helpful. Hanuman's association led him to higher thinking. And he became more and more knowledgeable in company of Hanuman. How it happened, I will tell you. Hanuman is a disciple of Surya Dev. At the time of Hanuman learning from Surya Dev, Surya would be progressing forward and Hanuman would be walking back and learning from him. Hanuman was not able to sit like all of you comfortably in a voice center and hear lecture. He had to walk backwards and Surya would go forwards. That's how he heard. After hearing everything, finally, when he was about to leave, he asked Surya Dev, what can I do for you as Dakshina? What Dakshina can I give? He said, Sugriva, his Surya Dev's Ansh. So he said, please kindly take care of him. Never leave him. In good times and bad times, be with him. Like that he requested. Hanuman agreed. And that is why now Sugriva was in good time or bad time? Bad time. Because he is hiding now from Vali, correct now? So, but Hanuman remained with him, guiding him. So Hanuman's association proved to be very great advantage for Sugriva to do self-improvement, gain knowledge and develop higher thinking and all that. Similarly, you will see Dhruva's association with Narada made him disciplined and virtuous. Like I have seen, if boys want to crack a gate exam or something, like they go to Hyderabad, you have seen that, correct? No? They stay together in some, what do you call it? Coaching class, is it? Gate coaching. And very rigorous study and they crack and they get into some IIT and IT, correct? No? You've seen that. That means you need people who have a similar type of mindset, discipline, focus, concentration, free from distraction. Then they make it, correct? No? In the same manner, as soon as Dhruva got Narada association, his life became very disciplined and virtuous. On the other hand, association with his stepmother proved to be weakening him. In fact, association with stepmother, she brought the worst out of Dhruva. And Narada brought best out of Dhruva. That's why we need to connect with whom? People who bring best out of you, not people who bring worst out of you. That's why you choose the association. Third one,
Strengthens good habits like discipline, hard work, and truthfulness. Example, Dhritarashtra by Vidura's preaching.
after the war was over, Dhritarashtra lost all his 100 sons. Correct, no? Now everything is over. Yudhishthira has become the king. What is the role of Dhritarashtra now? Kuch nahi, eh? Only husband, wife are like retired people, and he's sitting at home. And Yudhishthira, in order to please Dhritarashtra, he gave him a very big asan to sit. Okay, you still can assume that you are the king. Huh? You sit comfortably. And Vidura came and said, brother, what are you doing here? Huh? Sitting in the palace. All your sons are dead and gone. You are already a retired man. This is no time for enjoying the royal delights, eating and sleeping, not doing anything. Get up, go to the forest, prepare yourself for returning back to Godhead. Strongly Vidura preached to him. Anda puraiva viduro manta pragyasya sampradam. Huh? He said, you're old, your eyes are hard of seeing, you're already blind, your ears are hard of hearing, or teeth are chattering, and gura gura sound is coming from the throat. पता नहीं आज नहीं तो कल निकलना पड़ेगा आपको. Get up, better go to. He preached so strongly that's why Dhritarashtra could also develop discipline, hard work. He was ready to put tapasya for attaining God. And then he developed truthfulness. Now he gave up his duplicity, cunning behavior, and all that in the association of his brother Vidura. And then now Dhritarashtra eventually perfected his life by going to forest with Vidura. Next.
Helps develop self-control, humility, and devotion. Example, Dhruva by association of Swayambhuva Muni.
After Dhruva perfected his life in the forest, came back, and now he was living in the palace now. One day it so happened that his brother, stepbrother, Uttam, he was killed by one of the yakshas. Nobody knew why that yaksha killed, maybe some karmic account of that boy. And Dhruva became wild. He said, how can somebody kill my brother? I won't leave them. So he chased behind the yakshas, not knowing which yaksha killed. So he was killing yakshas wholesale, hundreds and thousands of them. Initially they fought back vehemently. Later on they saw that this fellow is too powerful. So they started running away. He started chasing after them. They went to Alkapuri. He entered into Alkapuri with his chariot. And vigorous battle was going on. At one point of time, they submerged Dhruva with thousands and thousands of arrows, volleys of arrows. And Dhruva was about to be defeated. At that time, the sages were passing in the sky. They told Dhruva, you are a devotee of Lord Narayana. So chant the Narayana mantra and you will come out of this, volleys of arrows. So he chanted Narayana mantra, he came out. Again, he became powerful. Started attacking his goal was to wipe out the yakshas. And then his great-grandfather came. Actually his grandfather is Swayambhu. See, his father is Uttanapad, Dhruva's father. Uttanapad's father is Swayambhu. That means his grandfather. So grandfather came and said, wait a minute, Dhruva. Nasmatat kula uchitam tata. He said, hey, this kind of activity, never kulam, nobody has done it. You cannot think of wiping out a race of people like Hitler wanted to wipe out the Jews. This is not proper. Just because one fellow committed mistake, you want to kill the entire race? This is no good. Pulasthya also said the same thing to Janamejaya. Just because one snake, Takshaka, he stung Parikshit, you want to wipe out the entire snake race. Is it proper? It's not proper. So then he refrained from that yajna of killing the snakes. Similarly, he gave very good advice, Swayambhu. Because of that, Dhruva developed self-control. How many of you feel that in your life sometimes you are going overboard and somebody told you and then you control yourself? Anybody's experience? Correct, no? Especially those of us who become a little angry sometimes. Sometimes become angry. Like that. You've seen that people, whole body is shaking, lips are quivering. And you want to attack, and another boy, he also want to attack. Initially they shout and they yell and they raise the hand, they catch collar, they slap, and somebody pulls you and says, hey, don't do it, Prabhuji. Don't do it, chod do, maaf kar do, chod do. And then they say, आपने बोला करके हमने छोड़ा. Like that they say, no? You've seen that. So it happens in this world also. But what we do is a very small thing. What Dhruva did was a very big thing because he's very powerful personality. But self-control he developed. Humility. He developed humility after that. He became very humble. And Swayambhuvana said, you are angry with Yakshas, but Yakshas leader, Kubera, he is angry with you. That you don't know. Because you are killing mass of Yakshas. So you should go and pacify him. And Dhruva agreed. He went to Kubera, bowed down to him, and patiently heard him speak. Then he also, everything became all right after that. So we all need to cultivate devotion, humility, self-control. It's possible by good association. Next.
Leads to inner peace, strong values, and overall success. Example, Bhima by association of Yudhishthir.
Yeah. After going to jungle, third year only, Bhima became very disturbed. One day, Yudhishthira Maharaj was lying on the bank of a river, on the ground. And nice Vedic mantra was, chanting was going on. Beautiful stream of verses were being sung by the Brahmanas. And river water was making beautiful sounds while flowing. And the birds were all chirping. Chich in the forest, very nice it is. And under the shade of a tree he is lying. Fresh air, fresh water, very, very nice, pious, sattvic environment. Yudhishthira Maharaj was feeling, what a wonderful life. Why to go back to city? Just we can be in the forest itself. He was very happy. But then Draupadi and Bhima were talking amongst themselves. Draupadi asked Bhima, look at this fellow Yudhishthira, your eldest brother. He is so happy here in the forest. इसको कुछ लग ही नहीं रहा है इसको. He is supposed to be sitting on the throne and ruling the entire world. And he is lying on the ground in the forest. Bhima, what do you think about this type of life in the forest? Bhima said, I am like a volcano inside. He said, if this personality, Yudhishthira, just moves his finger and says, finish the Duryodhana, right now I am ready. I will go with my mace and hit this Duryodhana, Dushasana, Karna, part. Everybody I will finish them. When he was saying this, there were sparks coming from his ears, like that, like electric sparks. He was so angry. So Yudhishthira was watching these two people talking, called both of them, Bhima and Draupadi. See, anger is the root cause of all evil. He said anger is one letter short of danger. In danger you remove D, what remains? It's very dangerous it is. So he said, you guys, what are you talking? According to Dharma, we are supposed to be in forest for how many years? 12 years. Plus one more incognito, Ajnatavas, 13 years. Now only 3 years are over now. Chup chap baito, aram karo. Another 10 years, you should not think about kingdom. We should finish our dharmic, punishment given to us. Because we have been sent to forest. It's Lord's will that we complete this term. And if Lord wills that we should rule the world, then we will rule the world. That is the correct understanding, he told. Draupadi also understood. Sahi bola. What she has said is correct. Because in an angry mood, they both lost their good intelligence. But then after hearing from Yudhishthira, they became pacified. That's why he's saying, if you have good association like Yudhishthira, then it leads to inner peace. They became peaceful. And strong values. What is strong values? Stick to Dharma. At any cost. No matter how painful is forest life, let us stick to Dharma. And then overall success they achieved by becoming kings of the whole world. Correct, no? That is why the positive influence of good association is very, very important. See, the negative influence of bad association. See, this, this story is told by Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. There were two boys called Lalu Kalu. They were brothers. One day, actually these two boys had a father who was a very big rich merchant. See, any rich merchant wants some, son who will run his business. Correct or not? You ask in market yard, every father is looking for a good son. And this father saw these two guys are irresponsible. They don't go to school. The school bus comes, they will board the bus and they'll go for a round and come back. They will never enter the school. They will go to cinema theater, watch movie and come back. And father saw they are not going to school, they are not studying, they are not getting marks, they are failing everything in all the papers and everything. What to do? Then he made an announcement. I don't want these boys to learn any subject except one subject. कम से कम गिनने के लिए सीखना चाहिए, huh? At least to learn how to count the money. Otherwise, how can I hand over my business to them? Correct, no? Anybody who can teach mathematics to my two boys, I'll give you a great fortune, he said. Isn't it? So one poor Brahmana came and he thought, thank God I'm getting some good money I'm going to get now. And I know mathematics I can teach. He said, don't worry, sir, I will teach your boys. So he took the two boys to garden. There were some cows roaming. He asked, my boys, tell me how many cows are roaming under the tree in the garden. There were many cows. So Lalu Kalu were counting. It was becoming a little difficult because too many cows were there. Then the teacher said, okay, let us start it simple. Tell me, Lalu, how many legs are there in one cow? He said, 1, 2, 3. He was counting. Then Kalu said, hey, this fellow is teaching you mathematics. Don't tell answer, he said. Then immediately Lalu also said, I won't answer now. And the teacher was wondering how to teach maths to these fellows. If they cannot tell how many legs cow has, how are they going to count the number of cows? It is so difficult. So teacher was wondering what to do. So in the afternoon time, the teacher wanted to take a small nap. So he came to the house and then he was relaxing. These two boys also wanted to relax. They also relaxed. But then the teacher suddenly felt there was a heavy cigarette smell in the room. He got up, looked around and saw these two guys who were lying down. Said, hey, Lalu, get up. They got up. Honestly, tell me, did you smoke cigarette? Where is the smell coming from? They said, sir, we didn't smoke anything. We don't know anything. They said, come here. He took their hand and smelled. Hey, smell is coming here. Cigarette smell is coming from your hand only. You have smoked. He said, sir, when we were lying down, somebody has used our fingers to smoke, sir. What kind of fellows? So these two fellows became bad association for each other. You understand, no? That's the problem. You see, negative influence. See, if you're going to connect with that kind of boys, Lalakala type of boys, you'll become simply lazy. They were always gossiping, not counting mathematics. They were always lazy and they were addicted to just eating, sleeping. That's all. Now you understand this, correct? No? This is needless to say, you know this. How Kaikeyi, you see, when Kaikeyi was not aware, Mantra was not aware. When Ram went to Dasharath, Dasharath told him that, my dear boy, tomorrow I am planning to coronate you as the heir apparent. That means Rajakumar. Eventually you'll become the king. We'll do Patabhishek for you. And then Ram said, Father, whatever you think is best you can do. I am simply your servant. And then Ram's friends immediately ran to Kaushalya to give the good news. They knew that everybody wanted to be the first person to give the good news, correct? When they went and bowed down to Kaushalya and told, Kaushalya became so happy, she gave them some gifts and everything. And then the news, this kind of news gets around, no? Everybody, and then Mantra was looking from the top below. She saw there were huge crowds on the road. There were even camels and elephants and horses going, surrounded by hundreds and thousands of people, all talking about Ram is going to become the king, Ram is going to become the king. Then she asked the people, why is there so much crowd? When she got the news, see, Mantra had one insecurity. Because she had a hunchback, in the palace, some people would tease her. You are a hunchback. So she thought that if Kaushalya becomes the king, now Ram becomes the king, then Kaushalya will become the dear, Rajmata. Correct, no? In that case, Kaikeyi's importance will be reduced. And I, being Kaikeyi's servant maid, people will tease me more. So if people should not tease me, then who should become the king? Bharat. Because Bharat's mother is Kaikeyi. And she will become the favorite queen of Dasharath. That was her idea. Basically, the problem started with her own insecurity. Then she went to Kaikeyi and said, hey Kaikeyi, did you hear the news? He said, yes. What is the news? She said, Ram is going to be. She said, really? Ram is going to be coronated. Immediately she took off her necklace and put it on Mantra. Such innocence, you see. Such innocence, simplicity of heart. And Mantra took off the necklace and threw it away. She said, what lady? You don't understand the situation. And then she injected envy in her heart. She told her, you don't know if Ram becomes the king, you will no more be the favorite queen of your husband. Amongst the three queens, right now he is attached to you. But the moment Ram becomes king, Kaushalya will become his favorite. And you will be worse than a servant maid. Having heard this, my lord, she said, I never thought about this. In this way, envy virus entered into her head. Who said? Kaikeyi said. After Kaikeyi said, really? And then Mantra told her, if Bharat becomes the king, you will continue to be the favorite queen. And then Kaikeyi said, but how this can be changed? Already king has decided. She said, that you don't worry, you just be ready. I will guide you what to do. She said, go to the sulking chamber where angry queens go. In those days, for showing anger, also one special palace was there. So you go there, throw all the ornaments, your hair disheveled, lie down and keep continuously weeping. And the king will come knowing this. He will ask you, why are you crying? Don't say anything. And finally, the king will repeatedly persuade you to know. He will practically fall at your feet and say, I will do whatever you say. Tell me, why are you crying? Then tell him you want two boons. And you all know what are those two boons. So she was guided by mantra systematically. And in this way, you can see that how bad people, envious people inject insecurity and envy into your mind. That is shown by this. Negative thinking, self-doubt, loss of purpose, everything. So she taught, Mandara taught Kaikeyi to send Ram far away, instead of bringing Ram into our hearts. Similarly, all of you boys, if you associate with your bad, negatively driven friends, they will teach you to go away from devotees. They will say, hey, don't chant, don't associate with Hare Krishna devotees, do your own thing, you come with us, we will take you here, there. So they will make you send God away from you. So should you send God away from you or bring God close to you? Yeah. Because the closer you go to God, all auspicious qualities come in you. Correct? Now, just like if you have this garam koila, you have seen that, this red hot coal. Inside the fire, it is red hot. Sometimes, but it falls outside, it becomes blackish. That means farther the coal goes from the fire, it becomes asar, good for nothing. Can a black coal do anything? But the same coal, if it is inside fire, it is red hot and can cook sabji, rice and everything, correct? No? So right now inside the voice you are all like which coal? Black coal or red coal? But if you leave the association and go, then you will become... But who will take you from red coal to black coal? Who does it? Mantra like boys. Correct? Now, mantra is a lady, but there can be male mantras also, correct? Na? Like Shakuni, correct? Na? So you have to be very careful to avoid a bad association. As soon as you see negatively driven boys, because there are negative boys, they also don't study well. And they will not let anybody study also. And they will be into many bad habits also. And their main job is to pull out people who are nicely situated, because they think, I am fail, ये कैसे पास हो सकता है, इसको भी fail करना है, उसको भी खींचो. Therefore, that means mantra injected her insecurity into Kaikeyi's heart and made Kaikeyi also insecure. So you want to become secure or insecure? So secure means you need to associate with devotees who are very securely situated in Krishna's lotus feet. If you are going to associate with insecure, materialistic people, they will make you insecure also. You see? Yeah. Read this. Yeah.
Dvivida once
Heading.
develops ego, arrogance, and impulsive behavior.
That happens by bad association, correct? No? Example is Dvivida Gorilla by Bhaumasura's association. See, this Dvivida is the associate of Lord Ram. Along with Hanuman, Dvivida is also a very important monkey. Vanara. See, Sita, Ram, Lakshman, and Hanuman are sitting. Hanuman is sitting in the below, you have seen that, no? On either side, there are two more Vanaras standing. You will see that in many places. Even in Ram Darbar nowadays, in some places you will find they both are kept also. Dvivida is one of them. That means how close associate he was to Lord. There are two Vanaras standing on either side. One of them is Dvivida. But what happened with Dvivida was, he did one mistake. When he was in Ram Leela, at that time he started going and associating with some demons. Narakasya saka kaschit Dvivido nama vanaraha, like that there's one shloka in Bhagavatam, which says that this Dvivida started associating with Narakasura. Huh? Narakasura is actually Bhaumasura, whom Lord Krishna killed. And then Narakasura is whose associate? Is Banasura's associate. Huh? So you will find one Asura is a friend of another Asura. They all are always like a gang of rogues. Huh? Gang of rogues, like that you will see. And because of that bad association, this Dvivida, who was a good Vanara, became a bad Vanara. He started going to ocean and splashing the waves in such a manner that the water would go and flood the entire villages like a tsunami. He would create tsunamis like that. Huh? Similarly, he would catch people from the village and put them in caves and put stone so that they cannot come out. He would do such kinds of things. A lot of Utpati was doing. When sages and saints would be doing, rishis would be doing this yajna and all, he would go and create a havoc in that. He would tear down their hermitages and spoil the yajna kundas and drive them away. So all this he started doing. Good fellow became a bad fellow. This is a very dangerous story it is, because he was not bad from the beginning. He had become good. But after becoming good also, you can become bad. That's the story. It's not that once you became good, now I am always good only. No. Krishna says, till the last breath, you have to remain good. He says, Shaknoti gaivayasodum praksharira vimokshanat kama krododbhavam begam sayuktasya sukhi naraha. He says that till the last breath, one should take care not to fall prey to lust, anger, and greed. Krishna says that. Huh? So this Dvivida became like that. One day, Krishna, Balaram, and the gopis, they were walking in the side of the Raivata mountains. And Krishna, Balaram were singing, gopis were also singing. Very serene, beautiful setting place and very light songs they were singing. Beautiful environment it was. At that time, this Vanara saw from there, hey, what is this? Krishna Balaram are going with the gopis. Why should they be with the gopis? We should be with the gopis. I should be with the gopis, he thought. Kila, kila, like that he made sounds. And the gopis turned around and saw there was Vanara making the sound. And they laughed. Just look at this fellow, what kind of sounds he's making. And the Vanara thought that because they are laughing, that means I think they are appreciating me as a great hero. He thought like that. Yeah. Like you see, sometimes this people do this break dance. You can see that, they move their hips this way. That you have seen that. They look like they do that only. Correct. So this fellow was showing up, moving his body sensuously, moving this way, that way. I don't know what type of dance he did. I don't know, but he was showing off. Then while showing off, he turned around and showed his buttocks to them. The red portion which monkeys have backside, he was showing. Gopi said, chi, 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 obscene fellow. He's showing dirty portion of his body. And they all turned their face away. Then Dvivida not only did that, he was jumping and coming closer and closer. Finally caught the cloth of the gopis. Now Krishna to Balaram, abhi bahut ho gaya abhi. Now I think you have to attend to this fellow. He's becoming too mischievous now. Then Balaram told Krishna to take care of the gopis. And then a fight ensued between them. Dvivida was picking up salt trees and throwing at Balaram. Balaram would cut it into powder pieces. And Dvivida would take big boulders, stones, and throw it at Balaram. Balaram would make it chur powder completely. In that whole entire area, no stones, no trees. It became deforestation completely. Now Dvivida was wondering what to do. Then they had a mushti prahar, punching and hitting one another. And Balaram gave one such a hit on his head, and that was the end of Dvivida after that. But why am I telling you? This Dvivida became ruined by bad association, even though he had a chance to become an eternal associate of Lord Ram. That's it. He was so close. And there in ISKCON also we have seen some people have, become devotees. Some people even became brahmacharis also sometimes. And they joined the ashram, and some years they lived. Later on, they got polluted by bad association. One of the pollution is the Ritvik Vad. The Ritvik people, actually, I will tell you very briefly about it in 5 minutes. You see, when Srila Prabhupada in 1977, he gave one letter, July, saying that these 11 people, I am making them as gurus, officiating acharyas on behalf of me. So whomever they initiate, they'll be my disciples because I can't initiate, I am bedridden now. Huh? But they will initiate on my behalf. That's called as Ritvik, we call it in Sanskrit. And then they asked Prabhupada, Prabhupada, after you leave the world, if we initiate, whose disciples they will be? And Prabhupada said, they will be your disciples. Huh? And you all will become regular gurus. In my presence, you cannot become regular guru. You have to be a representing guru, Ritvik guru. But after I am gone, when you become regular guru, they will be your disciples. And then they asked, if we become regular gurus and they become our disciples, what will those people be called as? What relationship they will have with you? Prabhupada said, they will be disciple of my disciple. They will be my grand disciple, Prabhupada said. But then what happened? In 1977, see, Prabhupada started the movement in 1965. In 77 means how many years? 12 years. But many of the fellows who met Prabhupada in 1965, their age was like 16. Some of them were around 12 or 13 also. In another 12, so when he gave them sannyas, they were like 20 or 21 years. Imagine if any of you is given sannyas now, what will happen? Are you ready to become guru now? You tell me. That was the situation. So at that time, Prabhupada told them, you wait, and then when you are mature, then you can become guru and take your disciples. But then Prabhupada left the planet. Now who will make them guru? You cannot make them guru. So but Prabhupada had entrusted it to the GBC. The GBC watched, and then GBC saw that the mature people, Prabhupada had written that you should add more names to that, 11. And they went on adding. Now in ISKCON, more than 95 gurus are there, now in ISKCON. But out of them, some of the early day people who came out of the 11, many of them, 9 or 10 of them, because they were very, very young. The early days, ISKCON was very underdeveloped in the early days, correct, no? And you can consider them like our, Abhimanyu, who got into the Chakra Vyuha. So in the early days, they struggled hard to expand the movement, but they were not well read. They were not deep enough in spiritual life. Even now we face sometimes Tasil, correct, no? Janma Sataka Kori Kara. So they were doing more, which one? Paropakar. They did Paropakar, so we are enjoying now fruits. Very nice society, facility, temples and everything. But because they couldn't get time to take in, some of them fell down. Due to this, one group of people became upset with those gurus, saying that because they have fallen, the whole guru system should be abolished. And we can take Diksha from Prabhupada directly, and we will continue the Ritvik Acharya system. But then Puri Maharaj, who is a very close associate of Prabhupada, god brother of Prabhupada, I have a video, short video, 5 minutes video. He says, after a guru passes away from this world, there is no pratha that you can take initiation from him. The guru should be a living guru. Even to be a Ritvik initiation to give, Prabhupada was in the planet, so he could make them representative. But after Prabhupada leaves the planet, he cannot give initiation to Ritvik gurus. That is not, according to Shastra, that's not right. There is one Apasampradaya, which is one of the 13 Apasampradayas, called as Karta Bhajana Apasampradaya, which says that you can take initiation from any passed away guru also. That way you can take from Rupa Goswami also, Sanatana Goswami also. Or why not directly take from Brahma, or take from Krishna also directly, correct, no? You can take from anybody. So, and this is one part of the story. Ritvik people, Madhu Pandit Prabhu and other people in Bangalore temple, this fellow started. And then what they did, they registered the Bangalore temple as ISKCON of Karnataka in those days. At that time, ISKCON India was not very strong in financial things. Prabhupada said in India, there is only one financial center, which is Mumbai, Juhu. All temples have their financial balance sheet submitted to Juhu, except the Bangalore temple. So because Bangalore temple made a separate account, but there was no one in ISKCON in Bombay to check it at that time. They were little negligent because our systems were not so well set. Taking advantage of that, now this Bangalore people went to the court and ISKCON went to court, and finally the Bangalore won the case. Why? Because ISKCON did not control them at the right time. You understand what I'm saying? It should be controlled way back in 80s. They didn't do it. Now the court said, see, ISKCON does not have any papers showing that the Bangalore temple should be under Mumbai. You guys did not do that at the right time. Therefore, this Bangalore property will be independent. So taking advantage of this issue, Madhu Pandit and other people say, we have won. What you have won? You already cheated. You have not won anything. They already cheated by making ISKCON of Karnataka separately before. And saying that they have won, there's nothing to win. You basically escaped the law of ISKCON At that time, laws were not well set in ISKCON. And now they are saying that Ritvik has won. Ritvikism has not won. Ritvikism is always a failure because great acharyas like Puri Maharaj have condemned it, who is very dear associate of Prabhupada, and in ISKCON also is highly respected. So these Ritvik people, they very much criticize and condemn Guru system, and they will take all the Gurus of ISKCON and unnecessarily find some fault with them. Like for example, one Guru is coming out from a very big festival program in a hall. 1,000 people are coming out of the hall. And in that program, one Hollywood actress had come. Now she is becoming a devotee now. She has come to 16 rounds now. And now she wants to take initiation in ISKCON. So she is also walking out. So the sannyasi guru is walking, and one man is introducing this Hollywood actress to that Swami. Maharaj, she wants initiation from you. You know, she has come to 16 rounds now. She's reading Prabhupada books and everything. So the people, what they do, they take one photo only of that Swami and that Hollywood actress. Only this much. Make sure nobody is there in that. What is Swami doing with Hollywood actress? Like that they will put. So the whole world will think that the Swami is having some affair with. This is one example I am telling you. They do hundreds of things like this. Hundreds, practically. Their goal is to destroy the Guru system. Because of this, so much of Ritvik pollution, we can call it, in this world. They have their own temples called HKM, we call it. Hare Krishna movement they have. They are basically Akshaya Patra people. Their main point is make a big Akshaya Patra, distribute to lakhs of children in the schools food distribution. And for food distribution, go to big rich guys in the city. A to Z, they will cover all the rich guys. Take suitcase and go. All brahmacharis take suitcase and go and collect funds from all the city big people, and they cultivate them. So donor cultivation and food distribution, build a big temple, and keep criticizing Guru system. This is their main thing. This is what they have been doing like this. So on the other hand, ISKCON, guided by the Gurus, one word they didn't speak against is HKM people or Akshaya Patra people. They are going on. You can see that ISKCON Pune, we have a camp temple, we have the NVCC temple, and we have one temple coming up in Hinjawadi, one more coming up in Vishal Nagar. One already has come up in Uttam Nagar here. There's one more temple in Vella also, Radha Damodar temple. Then there's one more coming up in Saswad now, correct now? Many places preaching is expanding now. Devotees are preaching, and we also have sent many devotees from here to almost 14 temples across the country. We never talk about HKM or Akshaya Patra or anything, but I am making all of you aware because there are many students who are coming to the colleges who may be following Ritvik also. They may be connected to the temple. In Pune also one temple has come in the outskirts. There is one HKM temple coming, I think, in Baner or Chakan or somewhere is coming. Likely that sometimes you may come across those people. But what I am talking today, they can pollute your mind exactly like mantra. Mantra created that kind of pollution because they will criticize the Gurus and they are doing the greatest aparad by criticizing Vaishnavas. Because Shastras say that aparads are far more serious than sins also. Because sin, if somebody commits sin, it is on the bodily platform. And aparad is on the soul platform. It's a soul platform actually, because aparads actually block our progress in spiritual life. So what they will say, if somebody has done the blunder, then what's wrong in saying? They will say, no. In ISKCON you will see, if somebody has done a blunder, the matter goes to GBC, and action is taken, and those people are not allowed to continue as sannyasis. Like you say Hare Swami, for example, or anybody like that. Recently, one Trivikram Swami, they will be told to change the clothes, hand over the danda. They cannot be Guru. Shastras also talk about Guru fall down. It's not that it's something which can never happen. They say it can never happen, but I can quote evidence from Mahabharata. Gurur avaliptasya karya akarya ajanatah. There's a verse which says, in case a guru or a sannyasi slips from his position and he has become bewildered, he is running after a woman or he is an impersonalism or Mayavadi goes, then the disciples of that guru should not follow him. They should instead switch over to another guru who is in good standing. This Shastras also say that. And in ISKCON, there are more than 90 gurus now who are perfectly following. In Pune also, you see there is one as Prabodhan Sarji Maharaj, is one as Bhakti Vaishnava Ashray Maharaj, is one as Bhakti Prem Maharaj, is one as Haladhar Maharaj. They are all second generation gurus. Then there are also first generation gurus. You can see in India still His Holiness Jayapataka Maharaj, His Holiness Bhakti Vikas Swami Maharaj, His Holiness Radha Govind Maharaj, His Holiness Ranath Maharaj. You can see these people, and His Holiness Lokanath Maharaj. They are going on and on. There are proper disciples who are gurus, and the second generation gurus. There are people beautifully doing their spiritual life. It's like Prabhupada says, let the eagle curse the cow to die, but the cow will not die. And why the eagle is saying cow should die? So that he can eat it. That is the idea. But the cow will be going on. Simply cursing of the eagle is not going to do anything. So they may criticize the gurus. They are terrible offenders in that sense. One should not hear. But at the same time, I still have respect for the HKM. The reason is, not all are criticizing gurus. Some of them have come under them. They are mild people who just want to practice Krishna consciousness and they don't offend. There are some people, because their leaders are criticizing and everything, they have to be under the temple. They have to tolerate that. And they are going on. Some of them actually connect with ISKCON devotees. Some have left them and come to ISKCON also. It happens like that also. But you have to be aware amongst the different type of bad associations you get nowadays. The top first rank should be given to our social media, which is a mobile. Our smartphone backs the first rank in bad association. Now people will argue with you that from smartphone you get so many good things also. Good things are there, bad things are there. Like if a deer is going to drink water in a lake, there's a tiger standing behind the bush. There's a possibility he may be caught, correct now? Similarly, the same place, smartphone, where you can get educational material and so many things, valuable things you can do, can be also a very bad association if you are weak-minded. If you're weak-minded, you are going to watch dirty videos or political information or so many things you can see, adult content and everything. So, and in the same manner, another top-notch bad association is this type of Ritvikvad, where it's a false philosophy plus offenses towards the gurus. These two are very great abhishap. It's a very great curse. So it's very unfortunate in this Kali Yuga. Kali Raj, his main job is to create four things. Hypocrisy, rebellion, quarrel. Hypocrisy, quarrel, rebellion, independent mentality. These four diseases are created by whom? Kaliraj. So Kaliraj is the one who is creating this type of cleavage between the devotees. But we should not allow Kaliraj to enter our system. We should make sure that anybody who is criticizing the Guru system unnecessarily, if you have any problem with any of the Guru's behavior or anything like that, you ask the authorities, take the matter to Bureau and GBC. It is their problem to settle it. Not that you go around bad-mouthing. For example, if a cat came here to this corner and passed some stool, two things you can do. Immediately throw the stool away, put some phenol, Dettol and clean the place. Somebody will come and ask you, Prabhuji, what are you doing? You will say, nothing. I'm just cleaning the place. On the other hand, you can take the stool in your hand and go around giving everybody, a cat has passed stool. Cat has passed stool, just see how it is. And everybody is closing. Prabhuji, why are you giving me this? I thought you're giving some prasad. Instead of prasad, you're giving cat stool. And that's what they are doing. No intelligent Vaishnava will do such a thing. A Vaishnava actually wants to sort out the problem. Go and attack the root of the problem. Don't go around blaspheming like this. So, when you're talking about association, see, there's more information in this chapter. How bad association gradually drags us down. Media addiction, I have given elaborately in this book. You see here, you see how media association gradually drags you. You see, first curiosity, then engagement, then emotional influence, comparison traps. It goes on like this. Little by little, it will swallow you. And then, see, here you see, he's breaking the head here. And here you see how he has become depressed. You see, for a period of time. And then here you see list of good association versus sadhu sangha versus dussanga. All this is given here. And then here you see how to shift from bad association to good association. You see, recognize the problem, limit exposure, what all you can do. Many steps are given here. There are 10 steps given here. And then the key discussion points, many things are there in this. So this book is prepared in such a way that many things you can directly take and apply in your life. Takeaway point. Then there's a quiz at the end also. So I will not cover any more. It's getting late now. But this book is going to be available now If so, my humble request to all of you: two things we can do. Anybody want to personally take a copy and take a copy? It will come out in a week or so. But there is one more thing. Professor Atul Patil from MIT ADT told me that he said this is a very good material, and AICTE, is it AICTE? AICTE, he gave me a letter. I have a letter with me. He said, if this letter you show in any college, he said, college will, you say that this is suited for the AICTE material for the universal human values. They'll immediately adopt it as a college course. Imagine in VWIT here, for example, if they agree it as a college course for the first year or second year, so all our Radhapat Pankaj Prabhu, Dajchan Prabhu, Amiyamas, they can go into the college and they can go and teach it also. They can teach inside the college, and you're going to get, they are taking 2,900, can you imagine? And they won't be able to handle such a big crowd. And they are saying that some sections they want teachers to come and teach. Some can be self-paced course kind of thing they will do. That between the college and the authorities you can decide. So we are taking 600 rupees per head per student. Out of that, there is 150 is for this book, and another 250 is for Bhagavad Gita. So if Bhagavad count also, Ami must be happy. Imagine if 3,000 students take it. In your college, 2,000, 3,000 students are going to take it. That can be called as the, Vamshivat voice book distribution score. Sitting in the voice, you can distribute 3,000. Nice, not it? That was the intention with which we started this work. So, and not only that, for your device conducting and all, see this kind of, you saw how direct the material is, which you can teach. Of course, you may not be able to teach with such elaboration like now, but I have spoken, for one topic, I have spoken three videos, 20 minutes. I already have finished it, all the 6 sessions. I think first 4 topics, it is three videos of 20 minutes each, and the 5th and 6th topic is four videos of 20 minutes each. So, because they are little bigger topics. So, we have recorded videos for the preachers also. If in case 3 of you brahmacharis cannot cover all the boys, then some of the other boys also can prepare from the videos and they can give also. Correct, no? So there's a lot of scope. Entry into college will give us more opportunity. We are authorized by AICTE and government also, and we get access to how much difficult it is to get the device boys. So this will make life more easy for us. And that professor was telling me that you should quickly go to as many colleges as possible. He said, because now that AICTE has sent that letter now, many organizations are approaching. So, but once some organization connects with the college, after that college will say, already we have a program, they will say. So we should try to connect as soon as possible. I'm telling our Chaitanya Shri Prabhu to make these things easy for all our preachers to understand how to kind of package, go and take it and talk to the college and do it as soon as possible. Thank you very much. Shri Prabhupada ki Jai. Bhakta-vrinda ki Jai. Hare Krishna. It's getting late now. You will quickly do Mangalarti and we can